I have a 2013 Nissan Altima. I want to change the hub bearings on it. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. This is a, hold up. I'm going to make sure I tell you the right vehicle. I know it's 2013. It is a SV. All right. First thing you do is tools you're going to need to take that hub off in the center is this big, what is this? 1.25 inch socket with a breaker bar. This isn't a standard breaker bar. This is a, I think quarter. Yeah, 1/4 inch. I think it's a quarter. I think a half is a little too big. First thing you want to do is take that center cap off. That's going to give you access to that. And if you can take that off, while it's still attached to this car, you can go ahead and loosen it while it's still on the ground. If you can't, then just go ahead. Well, don't drop your camera. You can go ahead and, take this off and then put it back on. I mean, after you take this off, take that, that little nut off there with the cotter pin. Take that out and then put it back on while it's on the ground. Loosen that bolt up. That's going to save you a lot of trouble. So I had to take it off so that I could take that out of there. And you just slip this off. Well, everything's never easy for me, man. This is supposed to just slide right off. All right, so that was pretty easy, right? So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the tire back on with a couple of lugs and then loosen this up while it's on the ground. Because it's tough. It's going to take a lot of tension to get that off while it's in the air. All right, so now what I'm going to do, now that I got it back on the ground, I'm going to put that socket inside, all right? And I'm going to use a breaker bar with some leverage. Okay, that's tough. I'm gonna have to put the phone down. Guys and girls, I know you can't see, but that was hard, even with the breaker bar. So do it while it's on the ground. There's no way you can do that while it's in the air. So hold on. Okay, so now that I have it off, I like to have a place to sit while I'm working, so I'm sitting on the tire. But so now you got this bolt to take off, and it's one underneath it too, just the same size, right there. So that one, and then that one, both of them are blue. You take those off. The size is, what did I do with it? Hold on. What did I do with it? The size of that one doesn't want to focus for me, but it's a 22. Fits on that perfectly. Now what I'm going to do, since I have my breaker bar, I want to continue to use that to make braking these a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the car and turn the wheel this way so to give me access, or better access, and I'm going to take those two off. I'm going to show you how easy it is with the breaker bar. All I did was put it on it, right? I'm sitting. That took a little bit of strength, but once you get it loose, you can pretty much take it off with your hands. All right, once those two come off, your brake caliper is gonna come off. You don't wanna have your caliper hanging, so I put something down here to sit it on. Then after that, you can, there are 4 bolts that you're gonna take off. 2 here, and then 2 under the bottom. To get to them, you're gonna come in from the back side of it, like this. and you're gonna go right in there. I don't know if you can see it because I can't see this camera, but there's one there, one over there, right. All right. Once you get those off, you pretty much got your hub off. Once you get those four off, like I said, so I got them off now. Be aware of the way this little shroud is. Your brake caliper goes here. This part opens on this side, and you know the shroud doesn't go back on the same way. So you take this off. It pretty much slides out here, right? But it's gonna want some a little encouragement. So I'm tapping it just a little bit here. I'm trying to do this with one hand. And as you can see, that's not too productive. I can feel it coming out. Okay. Now, it's pretty much out, right? But there are some grooves in there that's still holding on to this. Now, what I'm going to do is tap this back in there. I don't want to hit it too hard because I don't want to warp this. So what I'm going to do is, I can see it moving. See how it went back in there? It has let it go. Now, this whole thing is going to kind of fall out of there. There you go. Now it's out. See that? This is the old one. Now, I also want to point out that the piece that I got, the new one, there's a little ring in here. Flathead. There's this ring. So that's the sensor for your speed right there. You don't want to damage that, but you want to get that ring out of there. It's right there. So now that that's out, you're pretty good on this side. All you got to do now is just put the new one in. So now I got the other one, the new one kind of fitted in here. I want it to line up with these bolts here, but I also want to make sure that this is going to line up in there too. Now, the way it's designed to just kind of fit right in there. Now, this is the aftermarket part. This isn't straight from the factory, but if it's an aftermarket part, but it's designed to fit straight in there. You don't have to do any adjusting. Unlike the old one where you had this separate from the back of this, it's separate. On the new one, it's not. It's all one piece. So when it's together, these little holes, like this one is, it should line up with that to allow that sensor to go right in there. So make sure before you start tightening anything down that sensor goes right in there. Or you could take this out, right? Just undo this, take it out, and then place this in here. But make sure when you put it back in, it actually goes all the way in so that you can tighten it up. That way you don't damage that. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt these back in here. All right, quick update, guys. So once you get, where did I leave off? I don't even remember. Anyway, I want to say this, okay? Take this out before you put that centerpiece back in. Why is that so bright? Oh, wait, maybe it's just bright for me. But anyway, take that out because you don't want to break it. I ended up breaking mine. I don't know if it'll work after I'm done with it, but we'll see. So, because I took it apart, I was thinking, man, maybe I should check it. And I did, and I broke it. On the inside, it's actually broken off. On the tip of it is broken off. I don't know if it'll still work, but I'm telling you to save you. So, take this off before you put your hub back in. Okay? Then you would insert that back in. All right, and you shouldn't have any other problems. So now I'm just at the point now where I just put the this thing, the rotor back on, and I'm putting the caliper back on now. Once I do that, put the tire back on it, and then I can tighten this back up, and I'm pretty much done after that. So that's how you do it. Not difficult at all.